Test, test, test. Ooh, okay. Hello.
Hello. What are you doing?
I just bought Auto Rig Pro and I was gonna test it on a character. We'll see how that goes.
Do you have like experience in like cloths?
A little bit. It's really hard and complicated, and there's different ways you can go with it.
Cause like I started like yesterday
Yeah.
and like I'm just trying to brute force my way to getting what I want and I don't really know what I'm doing. So like when stuff goes wrong, it doesn't I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But
I think generally if you wanted more realistic wrinkling and bending of cloth, everyone mentions that Marmoset has like a really good engine for it, but it also kind of feels limited because sometimes you can kind of tell like it is Marmoset. I mean, not Marmoset.
wait,
Sorry,
what
Marvelous.
is that? I don't even know.
Marvelous is like a separate program that like it specializes in like running class simulations. But
Or
um, I still use
oh,
Blender's class sim sometimes, but it's kind of laggy. And what I do is I kind of let it do its thing, and then I kind of go over it and I kind of add wrinkles, and so it kind of gives me like a general idea, and I'll go back over it and sculpt.
yeah, well, I don't gotta make it perfect right now. I'm just trying to fix
When
like
one really big
ugly looking
thing,
stuff.
I think like subsurface scatter and like class sim, they're really reliant on, and also lighting, like how strong and your shadows and like how photons work in Blender, like all really depend on your like scene size and its like correctness. So like if you create like a regular cube, that gives you the dimension of, I'm guessing like by default like 1 meter. So if you create a cube and then you see how big it is and like if that looks accurate to your objects, because like if it's really wrong and you're like simulating and it's like your cloth is simulating the size of a car and you're like expecting it to be like the size of a shirt, then things will go pretty bad. Or the
That's
opposite.
true. I didn't think about that, honestly.
You could test it
I
really
didn't
quick
know it was affected like that.
if you just do like Shift A and add a cube. You can kind of see like what the size is. Like
Oh, yeah, I think the size is good though.
oh, it is.
Let me see.
That's like one of the big like main things though. So
Let me go to.
hello. So if you bring that cube a little closer, um, and just to give you an idea, like roughly 2 cubes is the height of a person. So if that feels right to you, then you're okay.
That's like not bad.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Um, I have like a simple problem too. Like I don't know.
I also
Like I
I
just like
I bought like a class sim to help me with presets, so like it kind of puts all the settings in for me. So it's like this one's gonna go as like denim, this one's gonna be like silk. So it kind of like does it for you a little bit. Um
oh yeah. Well, there. I'm pretty sure there is some in here already, but I haven't really messed with it.
yeah.
Um, but like you see how my cloth's supposed to like. Okay, let's go to a later one. It's supposed to like do this. Well, do you know why this is happening? This one just disappears after the first frame, even though I said it the exact same way.
Mm, I wonder maybe like that blue line right there. It's like
Watch, like, let me clear the keyframes. What's that blue line
it could be like
mean?
I don't know 100% how it works, but there's a button that lets you bake in like the the like the simulation. It bakes down, so like it doesn't calculate it anymore. It just like it cooks it into like the thing, so it's just like it doesn't it does it's like it bakes in the
Saves all the
animation.
data of it.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Um,
I don't know 100%. Like I
Yeah,
haven't
I have
I have
played with
no
it.
idea what I did
I
then
have.
because
Are they
I
just
barely
three of
know
the
anything
same
about it.
animation?
Hmm?
Are you trying to repeat the thing 3 times?
Yeah, like it
So
worked
if you
perfectly
just do it,
fine
if you just do it
with all of
once,
these.
can't you then take the same object and put like a cyclic modifier in your animation, and it'll just keep doing it?
I have no idea what that means, to be honest, but like, we're fine with doing this right. So, like, look, this, and then next 120 frames, it does the next one. Um, but for some reason, this one just randomly stopped working. Look, if I try to look, make it invisible to start, and
Mm-hmm.
then set it, go to the frame, make it visible, set it, and then go to where it's supposed to end, right? Then make it invisible and set it. It just doesn't work. It just goes on for one frame. And then goes to the next one. And I'm lost.
Give me
I
one
don't know what I
second.
messed with or what I did, but I mean honestly I can probably just delete it and just remake it and it'll probably fix it.
I'm seeing if we can do a different way to help you out.
Well, I feel like it's gonna be something so simple because like I'm just so new to this and like this is how I learned how to do this. Look, because you like set when they're gonna like visible, right? And then when they're not visible. And I did the
Yeah.
exact same thing for all those other ones and they worked. I don't know, but my other problem is
Uh, Um, can can I show you something real quick?
yeah.
So I'm streaming through my camera.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, it's unbaked.
Okay.
So like, let's just say this is your cloth, right? And it falls down and goes over, and then you have a new simulation. If you just go to your graph editor, where you can see this, we can go into the modifiers. Wait, and when we'll do like a cyclic, right? I gotta do it to all the curves though. I'm sorry, I don't graph editor often. Right. So we do the cyclic on all of them, and now it just repeats this animation over and over again.
Yeah, but wait.
S-
But I can do that with like different uh subdivisions because I don't want to do just the same exact one.
You want okay, so you want to have completely different drops
Yeah,
each
I
time.
only have like
Okay,
five
this
or
doesn't
six.
work then. I apologize.
You're all good. But that's helpful to know. Um, I just have no idea what's going on with this. Like, am I doing this right? Like, don't you like press this button and then press I
If you want it
to set it active?
in
But like
in the
this
render,
one, yeah, but this one like plane number three just doesn't appear for the other 119 frames.
hmm,
I don't. I think if I just delete it and just duplicate one of these and just change the settings, it'll work fine. just reanimate it, but
This might work.
I don't know what's wrong with this. Oh yeah, also if I press tab, it reappears. So it's still there.
Yeah, just its visibility.
And the simulation start and end is good. Right, but I did the exact same with the other ones and they worked perfectly fine. Wait a minute. Oh,
Are they on the same position for one frame and do they collide with each other? Like I doubt it, but
they're all in the same position, but like they're not. I mean, they get turned off and the next one gets turned on at the exact same frame. I don't know if that matters because it worked with the other ones. Look, if I go to plane 4,
yeah.
see that blue line? It works perfectly fine.
Yeah, I just redo this object like you were saying. This might be it.
Well, I also messed with like the cloth yesterday. I was on call with someone trying to make it look better, but so honestly, it probably did something there. Here, let me just delete this. Just make a new one. This isn't even my main problem. My actual problem is just like with the cloth not looking good. Plane 3. Let's make this. Like the, wait, no, that's wrong. Gotta go to what is that? Am I doing this right? Unactivate it. Press I. 240. Wait, where's the other? Oh yeah, 241. Activate it. What? See, this ain't working either. I just restarted. Look, making it not being done. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, sweet. You can do it with different subdivisions.
Wait, like your method?
Yeah, yeah. So I was messing with it for you.
Should I
So
just do that
uh,
your way?
I don't know if it's the better way. But I'm just giving you options.
Is it simple?
Yeah. So you see how I have this? This was the cube, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's by default at 2. When I unhide all the animations, you'll see this blue line is our animation of our subdivision. So as it runs, when it hits this frame, it subds it more and more each time.
Oh, I mean, well, I only got to do it like 6 times.
Yeah, so
I
it's
don't but
you animate your subd 6 times, right?
yeah.
And then so the only thing I found that happened is the animation for the subd didn't line up exactly how I wanted it. And then you just go into your graph editor on the side. You find out which ones are your subds. So I know it's these ones up here, right? So I just took them, and then as the animation gets to the point where you want, you can adjust left or right if the subd kicks in at what frame, you know?
I mean, that works too.
Yeah.
Fix this one.
Well, if you fix it, then none of this matters.
Yeah, but that's good to know. That's probably less work than manually doing this. But
I just don't know
hold
how
on.
it works for the simulation, though. I didn't even try this. That might break it all.
Why is my FPS randomly at 30 instead of
Toaster.
6? Hmm?
Because it's calculating your animation and your.
But like it always does 60 right here. When my computer's so hot.
I don't know.
Yo,
It's
what am I?
probably
PC's fan just kick into overdrive?
yeah, it's at 100% CPU.
Hey,
Did you?
is the PC supposed to smoke when it plays on Blender? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Did
Okay,
did you
wait.
bake
I
your
need
animations for your cloth sim?
or yeah. Wait, I thought so.
Yeah, I think your way's the right way. I don't know if you could do a cloth sim my way.
Okay, wait. So now, yeah, I gotta change this one to where it was, so it's gotta be subdivided more. Wait, how do I do this? How do I subdivide it more?
You just did. Like, how
No,
much more do you want to go? You have
I
to
think
select all of it.
the problem is that you're subdividing and not subding.
No, in edit mode, select all of it, right? It has to know what it wants to subdivide.
hold on, is that how many I gotta do? Let me see. Invisible.
Interesting
Um,
sculpt, Peach Forge.
Oh, thanks. I'm trying Auto Rig Pro for the first time, but it did not work.
Oh, nice.
Okay, wait,
There's
this one's 4. So this one's what the
Hold
I think
on,
I
brother, hold on.
no.
hey, Kevin, what do you know about
yeah,
constraints?
not a lot.
What? Wait, help.
Oh,
What did
I
I
S-
haven't
do?
really
Seb.
messed. I haven't really messed with the animation area.
Guys,
Okay.
what did I do?
Sebby Webby,
Ooh, cookie booby.
what do you know about
Somebody help.
constrainy weenies?
Focus minted.
Guys,
I know a teeny bit about
the
constraint videos.
Fortnite llama is not supposed to be stabbed. What did I do?
Oh, I don't know.
What's the problem?
I have a constraints issue.
Oh no.
Yeah. It involves like the different axes.
Oh no, bro.
Oh no. That sounds serious.
I think it's serious. Can I show you, Seb?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Can somebody help me?
one second.
I don't know what I did.
Where is the constraints problem?
Story of my
Um,
fucking life, brother. Story of my fucking life.
as I'm trying to do the constraints, because
Um,
this is supposed to follow this gear, yeah.
Yeah.
And this gear, I have to rotate it on its natural Z, right?
Yeah.
Its local Z. But when I rotate it on its local Z, it doesn't work. Right, so
Uh,
rotate Z 360.
oh, I just had to rebake it.
Look at this.
oh
I'm gonna
shit.
kill my.
Maybe it's got to do with the quaternions. What if you switch the mode from XYZ Euler
I
to
did
quaternion?
to these, and it works,
Oh shit.
but it
Yeah.
throws it off. So now it's not on kilter,
Yeah, what if
right?
it's on like yeah.
But and the whole point of like it's very difficult to lay these parts out the way they're supposed to be laid out, right? I have to rechange the origins and all this.
Yeah, what if it's on quaternion? You try it on quaternion? Then you just keyframe it on that? I don't know.
Seb,
I
I hope so.
Oh gosh, this is gonna take ages to bake.
I need to switch frames first. I'm
I
gonna
know.
break it.
Oh.
It's not in local Z.
Okay, I put this keyframe in. I moved it, rotated on local Z.
Oh,
360.
shit, I made a foot kinda.
Wakanda forever.
Oh. Why does it
Kinda.
think it's the same? What if you
Wait,
rotate it 180?
bro.
Just
My last one's doing the same thing. It just it's gonna. Oh. Ooh, that's a lot of subdivisions. Can someone smart tell me what I'm simply doing wrong? Oh shoot, that was a mistake.
Oh, just type in just select them and do Shift E. Select them all and do Shift E. Yeah, Shift E and linear interpolation or whatever. Yeah, and that's gonna rotate it forever. Or not, I guess. What the fuck? Or maybe make them T linear. Maybe press T and linear. The second one. Yeah. How is that possible?
Can somebody help me?
No, what?
Hold
Yeah.
I need some help too, man. Like mentally. You can be my
Yeah,
therapist.
you can go first. It's fine.
No, I was just fucking
Well,
around.
how about if you select them all and do T linear and then okay, I think that's the way. Do T linear and then Shift E linear. Yeah, that's okay. And then Shift E linear extrapolation. Yeah. And if that doesn't work, I don't know what will. Okay. Okay. I'm just. I don't know. Why did I stop? So weird. Maybe there's a keyframe like super close to the second one. That's wild.
Wait, can my cloths be 0 meters thick? Is that fine? Wait, how do I move my camera subject in Blender?
Idea.
Might be a stupid question.
I don't think there are any stupid questions on the server, or every question is stupid.
Huh?
I said either
Wait,
no question is stupid on the server, or every question is stupid.
true. Wait, how do I move my camera? Like, it's not on the
Shift
help.
tilde.
Just give me the answer. Don't make me suffer.
Shift tilde. That's how you move your camera.
Huh?
Shift tilde.
Huh?
Oh fuck.
This fucking guy's rage baiting.
You're rage baiting. How do I move my camera? Like I was just spamming like Alt.
Then shift middle click.
Oh. Whoa, I feel so free now. Wait a minute.
This is so close, Seb.
Oh man. I don't know. Sorry, my internet went out before. I don't know.
Okay. This is like a one blip off.
Okay, the graph editor, you can just like grab the one keyframe and like maybe type E. Yeah. Oh, do normalize. On the top there, it says normalize. You can.
Oh, you can really
Make it look
zoom.
better. Yeah, and I think you need to change the height of the one of those. I don't know which one.
It says my object has non-uniform scale. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do I fix it? It's probably
you
why
press
it's not
Control.
animated.
Press Control A and then scale. Yep.
Wait, did I do it right?
Probably do that from time to time.
Control A. Wait, that could be on it. Scale. Whoops. Wait, what? I don't like this like
It's done.
the edit
It's
mode.
done.
It's not okay.
Okay now.
I still don't think it works, but
Well, you do redo it.
rebake it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my poor computer.
Hell yes, Seb.
Come
You
on, you
need to
got
grab.
this. It's like heating up my dresser.
Anyway, it's been a while, Cookie. How is it going?
It's going, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. I'm gonna be done with this no shit in like a week, and then I still have to like do some stuff here for another week, but then I'm free to come over.
Oh no, it's that close. This potential thing.
Oh, I don't know if it's that close. I don't know, maybe like 2 3 weeks, and I'll be like ready for it.
Oh
Like
man. I guess we gotta start doing some real research then.
yeah, I will.
Wait, I rebaked it, but they don't seem to be falling.
Can you click on the cloth? Oh wait.
I did.
Yeah, press play. What happens?
This isn't gonna work.
I think I have a better method for like these gears. It's just with drivers. But I know they're scary. They look scary, but they're not that scary actually. When
They
I
look
don't think.
super scary.
I
You
haven't
know
messed with
what?
them much, but like I can try and see maybe.
Yeah,
You know
just
why it's not working?
no.
It disappears though. Uh, fluid. Yeah, it's over. I
No,
give
let me
up.
try to mess with. I'll mess with some drivers. Maybe I can help you.
Just kidding. I don't give up. That's
Yeah,
for babies.
the issue, Seb, like this
Mhm.
works, except because it only does a 180. The material you'll see when it flips when it spins. You know.
Uh, yeah. I don't know why the 360 didn't work. Maybe I don't know. I would have to like.
Is that a gear?
There's a gear.
Oh shit! What is that?
It's a tourbillon.
This is a gyroscope? No, no, that's not a gyroscope. What is this?
It's a tourbillon. It's a part of a watch, Seb.
I don't speak French. What does that mean?
So,
What does this do?
so you ready for the coolest thing?
Yeah.
I
We'll
just
do
want
a.
to tell the time.
It's got the coolest ones. What did we get chipped with? There we go. So, Seb, you see these?
Yeah.
A lot of your
Oh shit.
time is in there, right? So, because the components are so small, gravity affects them. So, they make this so that it constantly moves in a 360, so gravity doesn't affect it in a single direction all day to throw off the time.
Oh fuck, that's so cool.
Yeah, so
Seems kind of pointless.
it's for more accurate time.
We have digital clocks now.
Ah, this fuck up. This is cool as shit.
Show that to a caveman.
It's super cool.
Even they
So,
would say it's pointless. Yeah, it's cool, but
Because they're stupid cavemen. That's why.
Yeah.
bro, why is my cloth not falling? Look, the other ones fall.
How do I expand my?
Look, the simulation starts at 6:01 to 7:21. Is there a like an option to make it like locked or like anchored? Did I accidentally do it?
To be honest, I don't really.
We tested Rigify, and I'm just like kind of not really feeling it. We got it to this point to test it, and it works, but I think we'd have to do a couple of different steps to like. Whoa! It applied the mirror there. That's kind of bizarre. Um, oh, you know what? Actually, it's because of this right here. I made it so it's symmetrical here, but this technically works, but um, I think um, I might revisit the Auto Rig Pro later. But let's the I think the idea was generally I wanted to explore let me see. I wanted to explore the idea of like making an animation and then having the rig animate and then seeing how it deforms and seeing how it moves kind of would influence the design of like clothing or um and then because we'd always kind of work more linearly where we always kind of completely made the model and then rigged it and then kind of animated it, but that whole process would always take so long. So the point where we were rigging and animating, it felt like you couldn't go backwards because everything was already set in stone. So this idea of like bringing in the rig early and animating early was hopefully to kind of break up the flow a bit and allow ideas to kind of flow back and forth more. Um, we kind of knew that this first test iteration was going to be rough and not go as we had hoped. See something. I kind of want to change this setup here. Let's see if we can join these areas. One problem we have is we also merged the center line when we remeshed, so that's going to be an issue. But we can kind of fix that kind of easily. Change this to timeline or graph editor. Is it graph editor? Oh no, maybe it was timeline. There you go. Generally, what I had in mind was to create like a standing animation. Let's see how it handles the. They're like stuck together. Oh wow. Well, that's interesting. It almost feels like it would work. Let's make the arms like IK. Let's see how easy it is to switch to IK. I have a bit more experience with Rigify. But it's cool to know both to see how they work. I would imagine the IK on-off is in here, but it did come with a bunch of other zip files, so maybe I'm supposed to have the other zip files, maybe. I'd have to experiment more with that. Oh, here it is. It's under Tool. IK stretch. Oh, you can see a little bit of IK stretch happening. That's interesting. So it's like, it's not over exaggerated, but it is stretching, which is kind of realistic, which is cool. I think Rigify just goes all out and makes it really stretchy. So if I, oh, what the, whoa, that's trippy. That's funny. Let's put that back to one. Let's see what auto stretch does. Yeah, this is what Rigify does automatically, or by default. Kind of super gummy. That's cool. It's like on a scale, so you can kind of choose how stylized of a stretch it is. Um, I like the fact that you can. Wait, is it like ever so slightly on? Let's turn off this though. That kind of resets it. That's kind of cool. Resets the controls. And then this area is kind of funky. It might have to do with also the position of the joint we placed. Let's look at this bone. Why did I switch this one? Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's like. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's because I moved her there. That's why. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. I think the setup is faster with this one, but maybe Rigify is more defining. But I don't really know enough about this one yet. And it did mention that you have to go in and clean up skin weights. For everything being automatic, it's actually really impressive. Did I just crash it? Oh, no. Interesting. So yeah, one thing I'm asking myself is, do I want to commit to AutoRig Pro? Because they have their own setup here. The cool thing, the main reason why I got Auto Rig Pro is because of this tab. Where is it? Remap, I think, this one. Remap. So you could potentially copy paste created animations with this rig onto another rig. So if I later decided to make a second rig, then I could probably easily. That's kind of funny. Oh, I can't scale that one. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you can actually do this in Rigify. I think you can though. But so question is, do I want to animate with the Rigify and then go with that route, or stay with Auto Rig? Um, hmm. Let me change this music. Another thing to consider is potentially the animated rig will be different than the sculpted rig. So this is really confusing because the sculpted rig will have separate parts and generally be higher. We would basically remesh it to be lower and generally cleaner in one piece, most likely, or a few less pieces. So technically it would be like animating a different mesh, but that might not stop me. I could treat the separate animated mesh as a placeholder or a proxy, so I could still create animations with it and then apply the bones and the weights from the proxy onto the higher res version that we could remake later. So the bones themselves will have animation in it, so we won't lose that. Potentially we run into issues if we decide to make dramatic changes to bone position with the animation, or or yeah. Also the tail, because we saved out a version of the tail which was straight back, which would be easy to rig. But I feel like I don't want to animate the tail right now. We probably don't have to animate the tail now, but then it might be fun. It could also be a sub-test, like to animate the body or to a general test animation, and then animate the tail later on as a separate thing. So that'd be kind of interesting. Because I think it would have a lot of fun, like secondary animation in it. The wings too, but I haven't really settled on the shape of the wings. There's this also fear of like making something that feels pretty rough and then getting discouraged where it feels like it's falling apart and not looking good. Um, this is like a different approach, which is interesting. The fun part would be if we can get everything generally set up, we could experiment with like animations, but then I'd have to like look into trying to replicate animations. I haven't done it in so long, and it would be pretty bad generally, but it'll be fun to try. Hmm. Also I'm thinking of like other outputs. So like let's say I make a proxy mesh for animating it and rigging, and then I successfully make like a standing idle looping animation, and then that allows me to see like, hey, okay, it would be cool if this was on the character. I could potentially model it on the proxy animated rigged character, and then once I was happy with that piece, I could copy it onto the sculpt that's in T pose or A pose. Um, or another approach is we could do like a hand sculpted pose, and that could generally give us a similar feeling. But then we can't experiment with as much range of like different poses, or it'll take longer because you'd have to build it from scratch. And the cool thing is it'd be less rigid, like it'd feel less like puppet like, but it'll be more organic where you're kind of really pushing and pulling like the folds and shapes like bulging. But again, it'll just take super long. It's a little little caught between like different ideas. Um, I think I kind of want to go the route where I make a simple idle animation using a proxy. So like let's just say that's like one sub goal, and then we can set aside like saying like, okay, this was a successful animation looping, and then later we could go back to sculpting and blocking out and testing shapes and all that stuff, and then later we could apply the animation as a test to the new rig or new character, and that would be an interesting workflow test to see if we can get a pre-existing animation working, pre-existing rig working there. um, it's like kind of a shot in the dark though. I'm just worried like something will fall apart and we'll get demotivated to work on it anymore. Like we'll hit like a wall or something where it gets too technically difficult, or it feels like it makes no sense to do. Like I'm worried about that. Or like rigid, like getting stuck in like this rigid ideology where it's like, well, I built this up to this point, so I can't break it. I can't break this down. I can't go back. But we'll experiment. So all I'm gonna do is we're gonna get rid of this. I'm not gonna use this. It was a fun test. And then I'm gonna save this as Rigify, and we're gonna revisit Rigify basically. Okay, I'll save this as Rigify. I kind of don't remember how to use Rigify, so we'll have to try to revisit this. Rigify human. Oh, there it is. Let's make this go in front here. Where's this? So it does feel more hands-on, which is probably potentially more troublesome and more likelihood of breaking and stuff, but we'll see. I don't remember a lot of stuff here. Ooh. Is this empty? It is empty. Let's get rid of that. Let's try to get the pelvis bone to line up here. And edit mode. Can I make it more ghosty? Whatever. Yeah. A little hard to see through, but let's see if I can also look at the names. Let's move this aside. It's a spine. Where's the next start? Right here. Remember, you have to keep these together, like lined up, so that'll be something. Pretty sure this is the spine or the neck transition right there. How can I do this? This is way too big. What if I grab it all and just scale it and see what that looks like? The name of the YouTube video no longer makes sense anymore because I'm using Rigify now. I could always change it later though. Let's make this the active element because I'm using active element. There you go. Nice. Trying to match the spine there. I kind of don't know what this is. It says pelvis, but I wanted to see through the hair there, but I can't. I'm not gonna really mess with the hair. Let's see what I'm gonna hide the hair or grab all the hair. See what we're doing here. Yeah, we're pretty close actually. We try to get this more aligned. Can I change the name of the video now? Or not sure. I can. Let's see if I can change it because I feel There you go. I just wrote and Rigify, so that way it's like not misleading. So far, I kind of like how hands-on Rigify feels. But you know what? This might be a problem. The other side's not doing it. Let's say we do this though. Say, is there a Rigify tab? Oh, there is. I want to tell it to mirror. Symmetrize. There we go. Oh, okay, cool. I should add that to quick favorites. So we're in edit mode with bones, armature, mirror. Wait, no, symmetrize. So I'll just add that to quick favorites. There it is. Huh. Yeah, I guess edit bones has its own quick favorites. That's interesting. I didn't know. I thought it would be the same as objects, but that's kind of cool. So it's a little bit less clutter. Face looks like hell. It's like, oh my god, there's so many bones. Let's grab the hair again and just temporarily move it out of the way. So I could see. I'm gonna bring this up higher. I'm okay with this, I think. These bones positions. Let's move this stuff down. This is obviously not an ideal hand position. It's like super contorted. Contorted? Contorted is the right word. I might not move the bones for the hands. It'll be like kind of a soft test as well to say like we did like rigging badly or differently. And we could always adjust it later, hopefully. I'm just gonna make everything follow this bone, the hand. So the hands will be kind of statically stiff, but it's okay. I don't really want to do all that. One other issue we might run into is certain bone positions, like where the shoulder is and also where the pelvis is. Based on what the character shape is, we're not placing it in the perfect spot. So later when we're animating and we're squishing that area, we're like, oh no, it's bending somewhere I kind of don't like. But if we move that bone in a newer version, the animations would also be offset. So at that point, do we have to ask ourselves, like, do we lose the animation, or is there a way to like apply the animation and edit it after? So we haven't really messed with that, so it'll be interesting to see how we can handle that issue. Generally we'll probably not get too fixated and fall in love with our animation. Just make it good enough so that it gives the character some personality, but not to the point where we fall in love and have to save it and sacrifice design or some other aspect just to save the animation. I think there's another option in here that I did that was amazing, where we could like mirror. Oh, maybe it has to do with mirroring weights actually. It's probably when you actually go to post. I think it was It's actually in this tab. It's in this one. Data. It's in data here. Yeah, like right here. This is the plugin I had. So later, when I want to mirror weights, I can use this. I always forget what the plugin's called, but I I don't. I mix it up with what I'm doing now, which was just mirroring the bones. Um, let's just say I'm happy with this arm. Let's see if I could make this better, maybe. Okay, let's say we're happy. We're happy. Okay, so I'm gonna grab all these bones here. And I'll go symmetrize. I think the symmetrize only works if you have the correct naming convention in Blender too. So it has to be like whatever the name is, .r or .l, and it'll symmetrize the other side. Or you have to change this too, but it has to be like .l or .r, like this, .r, .l, and it'll know. Otherwise, it won't mirror or symmetrize. I think it's kind of arbitrary what this angle is, but I'll just put this here. And what else? I feel like I never did this last time. I wonder why. Oh, it's because I did. Yeah, I had this on. That's why. I just had this on. So it was doing it live. Kind of like this. Yeah, that's why. But it's cool to know that that is an option. So if we ever forget to have that on, we could just fix it with that. So I kind of don't know where to put this. I don't know how high to put it. I don't know how far out to put it. I guess generally speaking, you'd want to put it where your actual bone is. But I'm not sure exactly where it is. Maybe kind of centered somewhat. Maybe to some extent you can't really get a perfect thing, but I'm gonna just say it's right there. And let's move this foot. Okay, so the foot is also really different, so it's hard to tell what to do with that. I'll leave it pretty default right there. And also our character is like super leaning forward. We're gonna try to keep a bend in the knee a little bit, although this is really hard to tell if it'll work with the IK pole stuff. It's probably gonna point wrong. You just probably can't help that, because it's so oddly positioned. But we'll just kind of let it be. And I think if we animate it with FK, it won't be a problem, but we'll see. I don't know. Probably a lot of problems. Okay, looking at the spine. Let's bring this in more, maybe. How... yeah, I'm gonna think of... Yeah, let's just leave it like that for now. And let's just say we're happy with everything. I wonder if I select all and symmetrize. Yeah, that works too. Cool. That like double checks that like make sure we kind of did it. Okay, so let's save for a sec. And then if I go to Rigify, I don't remember so many tool. Item, what was it? It's been so long. Is it not here? I swear there was a tab for it. Oh, here it is. Generate rig. Okay. I don't know if I want to generate it right now. Yeah, for a sec, let's just hide it. And then we'll generate the proxy model that's going to be animated. I wonder, I guess to make it more exciting to work on the animation, we could transfer the textures onto the low poly or the proxy. I think that would be kind of cool. It might not be too fast if we come up with a good way to do it. I'm trying to think of a couple of different solutions here. One problem we're having is the foot is overlapping itself on the side. The tail's not symmetrical, but it kind of doesn't matter. A lot of technical hurdles to think about. The hair's not symmetrical, I don't know. I don't think it really matters though. We still have to do weight painting somewhat. It's not too much though, it'll be mostly carried by the automatic weights. I'm trying to think how I could do this. How can I make a quick low topo proxy? I can do an easy project in Marmoset to get the textures. It won't look as good, but it doesn't really matter. I want to stay organized too. Let's save what we did so far. I'm thinking here. My goal today is just to get a simple idle stand going. Idle animation going. Let's see. How's my energy level? What time is it? We worked in the morning. It's about 7. I'll probably get tired in like 3 hours. Let's see. Let me think. We also have to look at reference for the idle animation. We just so right now our hurdle is creating a low topo proxy that won't merge at the feet. Let me think. I could do it in parts. Yeah, I could do that. Well, it would still have multiple parts, and auto weights might break there. Or I can make a proxy. So I'll do 2 separate models. I'll do a proxy that'll just be for weight transfer, and I'll do a low poly mesh model. I think that's the way to go. I think so. So let's do that. So what we'll do is we'll select this guy. Let's get rid of these spheres for now. We're not modeling here. I'm going to put this into a folder and I'm going to call it sculpt. And get smaller. Here's empty. Oh, let's delete that. Delete that. Boolean here, let's delete that. Just delete the tail model, and I don't care about that. Cool. Just cleaning up the scene. And I'll call this one rig maybe. I'll call it bones. That way it's a little bit more organized. So what I'm gonna do is duplicate this. I'll make a new folder and I'll call it let's call this the low. Or I'll call it, yeah, let's call it low. We'll hide the sculpt. And we got the low. So now we're free to make this one riggable. I can make one piece for the hair. Yeah. Would hair be the first thing to tackle though? Guess we could do that. Let's try it. So making sure I have all the hair. Let's combine it. And then we'll remesh it. It's going to lose its texture, but it's okay. For now, let's apply this, modify, remesh it. Oh, it kind of kept its texture. That's kind of cool. Is my computer dying from this? Hear like the audio clicking out. Okay. Maybe just because I've wireframe on. Oh, it's just choppy. Okay, let's see how far we can go here to try to get as much detail as possible. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm good with that. Apply that. And then we'll use this quad remesher. I'm not really sure what size to do. Let's just do flat. Let's just do flat 2000. Let's see what happens. The head is actually kind of fine. Oh wait, let's undo that. Turn off symmetry. Let's see what happens here. Should I feel like the face is already good as it is, so I'm a little fading, like, I mean, it's just for the animation thing, so make sure this is in the right folder. There. I'll call it hair. Yeah, that's pretty good geometry for what it is. And then let me see, how can I do this? So I kind of want to keep the face alone. Kind of want to keep this alone. Let's make an exception for the head. So we'll leave these alone. But then we'll mesh the body together. We'll mesh the wings together. So let's try this and mesh this together. Mesh. Ooh, that's an interesting color. It's like pink. I wonder what happened to the UVs there. Let's kind of try to get some of the shape going there. A bit more, I guess. Yeah, I like that. That's a little too much for me, actually. Yeah, that's good. And then let's run the remesh on it. That was fast. Color changed. Let's get rid of the old wings, bring this in. Yeah. All right. Is the geometry a little high though? What is this? 33K. It's the hair. 40. Ooh, that's heavy. This might be too heavy. I could try decimating it. Yeah. Let's try decimating, see what we get. Let's try like 10% of what it has. Let's see how that feels. So that's before. I mean, that's after. That's before. So we lose some shape detail, but it's okay. I don't mind. Let's check out the hair. You can't tell about the hair, honestly. What's the count now? 3,000. That's so much better. Let's do that with the hair. Decimation. Let's do point. So that's 4,000. That's totally viable now. Let's see what the geometry is. That is horrible, but it's okay for animating. Oh. Ooh, that's interesting. What happened there? It lost some detail there. It broke there, right here. That's okay though. It might have been from flip normals maybe, but it's okay. This is just a proxy for animating, so apply that. What else? I can hide the parts that I'm happy with, or no. What I'll do is I'll make a temporary folder. I'll call this one good. And I'll like put this one. So everything that's good will just go in that folder for now. I'll just get rid of it later. Everything up here. I'm gonna merge those down now. Yeah. So these are good. I'm gonna put these in the good folder. And I'll hide the good folder. Okay, so let's keep going here. So we could work down, or we could work where we think is best. I'm trying to think here. This can just be one piece. If we were to customize this, we would have probably kept these separate, but I don't think I need to. We could just make this all one. We can make the hands separate. I'm trying to think what makes the most sense here. If we made this all one, it would take up a lot of UV tile space. So maybe we'd have problems with like texturing. But again, it's just a proxy, so it kind of doesn't matter. Trying to think here. Let's try making it all the one. Why not? Let's see what happens. I'm just kind of curious, and let's see. Oh, you know what? We will have a problem though. So we can't do the legs like that because they bump into each other. these have to be remeshed separately. That's really confusing. Let's remesh everything above the legs then, and then we'll do the legs separate, like this. That one, yeah, I'll let it be part of it. So, what? Why did it go through? That was weird. Okay. I'll let all this be one. And the legs will be done separately. I think that's the way to do it. So I'll do visual geometry to mesh. Just in case there's like mirror modifiers on it. Combine them. And then let's run the remesh on it. Oh, my computer shut again. Let's save. I don't want to crash. Alright, let's see. We're going to be looking at the fingers where the most delicate and thin parts are. Let's see. We can try to retain that detail. We're not going to be animating the fingers separately, so it's okay if they kind of mesh together. Seeing the density there. This is okay. Let's go a little lower. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then let's hit apply. And let's see what quadrant measure does here for us. I'm kind of tempted to like go in and like smooth some stuff out, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Just go to remesh. Let's see what it does. Oh, it did it? That was fast. That's really clean. Very nice. Let's put this into good. And now we got to do the legs. Let's go separate these parts. Let's just do it for everything. Separate these parts. Combine. It's weird. I guess it only did it to the last thing. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, these are mirrored. Never mind. That's why it wasn't working. Let's apply the mirror. Turn off the merge. Make sure they're not going to merge. Yeah. And now if we do that thing we just did where we could tell it to separate by, oh, that's right, the inside's separate. I forgot. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so since we're going to be having that issue, let's get rid of it actually. Because we can't see it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Cool. Yeah, we got it now. Okay, we're cool. Yeah. Now if I just do this, separate these parts. There we go. Now I could finally. Oh, I think that's a kneecap. There's that kneecap. There it is. Delete that. So just combine these guys. And then combine these guys. And then we'll just do a remesh on this side. remesh. We'll go pretty low. Like that. And we can copy the modifier over. Copy modifiers. You don't have to do it twice. Apply them. Let's do remesh modifier on it. Very clean, cool. And then let's see where we are here. Let's put these both into the good. And let's go back to low. These are the remeshes. Gotta get rid of them. Let's get rid of the low folder. Let's rename this one to low. Bring it back. So this is all the final geometry. We're at 500. That's way too high though. Why is it so high? Why is it so high? This is pretty high. Where's like 400,000 polygons? Where is that? Something that's super high. 30, 30, 18, 60. Oh, there, that's a lot of geometry. Okay. That's why it was so high. Is there anything else that's doing that? Maybe it's because the subdiv's kicking it up, maybe. That's why, maybe. 6,000. We try decimating this, although. What's so high? Like something's insanely high. 400,000. What the hell? Is it the subdiv on it? Let's see. Oh yeah, subdivs are adding up. This one's really high too. We could just decimate them all, honestly. Yeah. It's like the I'll let the face be high. Actually, let's see what it's like when there's nothing. Yeah, you know what? Let's just grab all of it. Let's get rid of all the modifiers. Why is it still so insanely high though? I don't understand that. We got it down to half. What is this? Where is this magical 200,000? There's 200,000 polygons coming from right now. What the hell? There's no way. What is it? Okay, here's 50. Okay, so there's something in here that's 100,000. Where are you, 100,000? This is 9. What is like? What is so heavy? This? Oh yeah, this is pretty heavy. That was pretty heavy. This is heavy. This is heavy. What else am I? So yeah, we were chopping it away. What else is it? This one, this one, this one, this one. This neck, you know. Let's see, solid view. Maybe I'll be able to spot it inside the head somewhere. It's down at 86, which is not bad. Yeah, it's down at 86. I mean, I guess that is right, right? So, like, that's 10. 1. This is pretty high, though. It's 20, let's say. It's like 30. Oh, this is like 60. Yeah, okay. And this is like, yeah, I think it makes sense. Yeah, it's okay. I'm okay with it. I think 80 is an okay benchmark. And the cool thing is now these are separate, so we can rig them. So this will be our proxy animated mesh. Was this intersecting? I don't remember it intersecting like this. You can actually see, we could test it. We can actually show our original sculpt. Oh, we did actually intersect it. Okay. To save us trouble, we could unwrap here and we could bake now. We're just gonna bake color, we're not really gonna bake normals. I kind of want to do it in like one fell swoop. I don't know. One other problem we'll probably have is with the auto weights. There's a lot of separate parts right here. There's a good chance that auto weights won't like this. But we can then create a proxy mesh off of this, which will have all the weights, so we don't have to worry. Let's do an auto unwrap for the textures here. Let's do a horizontal split here. Let's do UV editor. And let's unwrap these. Let's look at the texture. This already has a face texture. I think these are fine, right? These. So the head stuff is fine. I kind of don't want a lot of textures. Let's make a new folder. Like part of me is like, this is gonna be a throwaway model, but at the same time it needs to be good enough that it brings us forward, like we can work with it and test things. And it makes sense to stay organized, so we're gonna be baking down textures. We're gonna save this object out. So I'm gonna go to textures, Marvel set bakes, and we're gonna make a new folder. I'm gonna call this one I'm gonna call it low animation animate model. Yeah, let's call it low animate model 1. Low animate model. Yeah. So now Marvel cell bake to this folder. So now I don't want too many textures because I might do multiple versions of this. The face is fine. We don't have to be stuck to the face though. We could just bake to whatever, so but the head is already set up really nicely, so I kind of don't want to ruin it. I mean, it's already kind of doing its thing, so This hair is already fine too. That's weird. I don't see the UVs for this hair, but it's working. Um, let's look at the material tab. Head, hair. Oh, this one's all messy. Okay, so the pink stuff is probably where we need to get things fixed up. The head stuff is fine. Head and hair are fine, but I think I need to still unwrap the hair, so I'll do it real quick. I'll just do based on camera. And I'll just move it like right there. There we go. The hair's done. The head stuff is fine. We need to do the body. The legs. Let's clear. Let's clean up material slots to see. There you go. Trying to think if I'm gonna have problems if I modify this one. I think I will. So I need to actually create a custom material, I think. So let's call this one. Let's call this low animate torso. This might still be a problem because we might do a second version and this will get confusing, but for now let's just leave it like that. I'm gonna have all these kind of share, or you know what, maybe, well, this one needs custom UVs, this needs custom UVs. This might be fine. The trade-off is if I add this to the torso now, everything else has less UV space, but they would work together. If I make this wings, then these would have more UV space for each other. But the problem is this would possibly break if I change the wing texture later for something else. Let's just make them all one, whatever. Where is it? Link materials. So now these all have low animate torso together. I think that makes the most sense, honestly. So I'll combine these as one part. And we'll go to select all the faces and just go UV Smart Project Unwrap. And let's run our second plugin. Let's just pack it. There you go. Not super ideal, but it's gonna get the job done. It goes very fast, 2 clicks. So we're basically happy. And the thing that we wanted to preserve the most was a face. So we're okay with that. Wait, why is this here? Oh, they must have had, they must have been on the other things. Let's just make sure all the faces have this material assigned. I hit assign there. And now we're just gonna bake the data over. One problem we might have too is when we're animating, if I bake this hair like this, the color will bake onto the body. But that's kind of like a more of like a cleanup thing. I don't care too much. We're just trying to get the animation working. So this naming is kind of giving me a little bit of a concern, but we don't have to worry too much, I think. Let's do the bake out now. So what we have to do is let's go to our folders, make sure we have the right folder set up here. Got an object folder. And we need a high and a low basically. I'm not going to bake the face and the hair are fine. So it's going to be basically this. So I'll bake this out, we'll save. We'll call this one so a little bit cleaner now. Call this one, yeah, I'll just leave this alone actually. So this will be our low. FBX, and I'll go to my objects folder. And I'll call this one flow 8 torso. Selected objects. Save. And then now let's go back to the sculpt. This is going to give us the color texture. Trying to think of a smart way to hide these. It's a lot of pieces. Okay, so let's hide what we don't want. I think it'll be pretty fast here. That looks kind of funny. So I might actually be able to do it with one click here. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I have an idea. Well, let me think here. Yeah, okay, so what I'll do is I have everything I want not selected, and I'll just, well, damn it, I was actually doing like a, I was thinking of doing like a flip selection, but like this. Did that work? I just pressed invert. I'm guessing it worked. Yeah, nothing else is selected, so yeah, I think it worked. That's cool. I didn't select the lights, nothing. Yeah, that worked. So let's export this one as an FBX, and we'll call this one sculpt high torso. This is probably pretty heavy. We'll see. Oh, and also I don't know if this applied. It's pretty big. It's like 2 million polygons. Let's treat smooth and export one more time. It might even be higher. 3 mil. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see. Export that. Sculpt high torso. And let's see what happens here. Let's open Marmoset. I should probably call high sculpting torso. Whatever. It's actually not that bad. It's 50 megs. High Ooh, I think we're gonna face another problem though. We have to import the textures here. Well, actually, there's not that many materials. Is this it? I think everything is, I think everything has the head, right? Legs, mat. Oh. I think it's head, right? Accessories. I think it's head as well. No, it's not. Is it? No, it is. There you go. Wait, what? What is this? Default? I guess we didn't put a material on it. Double check Blender. No, it has hair. It's on hair mat. What is? Oh, I plugged in the wrong spot. That's why I'm like, what? That didn't work. Cool. There we go. Now all the colors are there. And that's the high. We'll bring in the low. And this will bake down onto the low. We'll have to change some aspects of that. Let's save this file as well. In our we'll make a new folder called marmoset file. And I'll call it hello animate torso. Low animate torso bake. And then we'll change our cage. It's a little big. Oh, you know what? We have to check the high. There you go. I was like, yeah. Let's also raise the opacity of it. Let's see if anything pops through. They're really close to each other, so. Oh, the fingers there. I honestly think it'll be fine, so I'm gonna leave those alone. Yeah. Cool, cool. And we have the color on that one. The cage is on there. And we'll hit the big button. We don't need normals. We could put normals. It's a little bit extra, but we'll put normals, yeah, why not? And then we'll just put normals and color, basically. Normals and color. And let's make sure to save this in the right spot. Let's go to that folder we saved, textures, marmoset bakes, animate model low, PNG. Call this one low. I think that's it, right? And then what else? We're gonna turn off interactive bake mode because it constantly rebakes when we change things. Double checking. It's making 2K, which is okay, I guess. Kind of don't need 2K, but could start to make made 2 maps. Let's go double check it in the folders and see what it looks like. The UVs are pretty ugly, but it looks like it's working. Yeah, I think it's okay. So let's go back to Blender. And we'll hide the sculpt model. Bring back the low. And we'll apply these textures. Ooh, that's interesting. Um, let's see, let's apply that. Nice. And then let's copy this same shader, or is it shader? That way it shares the same roughness as the head. That. There you go. Let's see. I think it did it. You can see the geometry is still low. So it basically looks like the high poly now. And we can actually hide this. Let's move this down. Save. Let's move this over here. And we can compare the two. So save. Like this, we'll compare. So we'll hide the hot. Let's see if I can do a snapshot here. And let's hide it and bring back the sculpts and then snapshot that. And they should be generally identical. We'll open Photoshop and we'll look at them. Going through some different songs here. Probably not gonna be able to tell the difference, but we'll see. Yeah, they're like super identical, which is awesome. You can see the color is slightly different. The hands are also the inner detail is generally really solid and the same though. I feel like the shading here almost works better for the normals. But it's almost identical, but it's like a fraction of the polygons and the legs are separated correctly, which is awesome. The color's off though. I don't fully understand what's happening there. Oh, you know what? It could be. I think it's the way the UVs were unwrapped. It's causing pixelation in because the UVs are so small that it's kind of bleeding in that red. I think that's what's happening. But that's really cool to see. It did a really good job with the bake, and that was really fast. So we're good. We finished the, close that out. We finished the low topo now. We could try doing a straight bake over of the, we could try doing automatic weights right away, but I think it's not going to work. So we would still need to do a proxy mesh, which would be really fast as well. Let's see, let's go. We could try it to see. That's so cool how it baked that all down. I think this is a great test, honestly. Let's see what the results would be. So what I'll do is I'll save what we did so far. And I'm going to save out a second version really quick. And this will let us try something. So what I wanted to try is doing straight away like a, just rigging it. So this is all one piece now. And then let's go to bones. Let's bring back meta rig. And let's go to, let's go to this tab. This is data tab, generate rig. Ooh, that's weird. That's a problem. It might have to do with the fact that the it might have to do with the fact that the floor is, it's expecting the world origin, so it's not working there. Yeah. So what we have to do actually, I'm trying to think here. I can grab everything and scale it together. Or I could do we could do this animated rig separately just to get Rigify working. But I mean, Rigify it's expecting it every single time, so it would make sense to do it now. One possible downside is every time we make an object, it would kind of be centered in the world. That doesn't really matter though. Yeah, I think that's the problem. So let's try. So if we go to cursor to world origin, and then create a cube and scale it down so we can see the floor. So that's what Rigify is expecting us to be at. I think it'll be quick and easy to fix. We just have to grab everything, and it might be really laggy though. So let's grab all of this stuff. Select objects, and then we'll move this up. Oh, why didn't the other one move? Am I selecting the wrong button? Why is that happening? Huh, I don't understand why. Okay, now I have everything. So Rigify is expecting this. I don't know. I guess as long as it's above the ground, it's okay. Let's try that and see if it works. Actually, your cube. I probably should just turn on grid, but I just want to do it this way. So if I hold control, I can add to the selection. I didn't know that. Let's try to center it better. Maybe this will help it. There you go. So now everything is correctly centered above the origin. And I could save. Let's move this camera. And let's try generating the rig again. See if it does it correctly. This was the same problem we had with Auto Rig Pro, so maybe it's a global issue where it's expecting things to be aligned with the world origin. Okay. It is lining up correctly, but it's too small. Just interesting. Let's try applying. So this has scale on it. That might be what's causing issues. Let's do all transforms so that everything's zeroed out. That might be why. So generate rig again. Yeah, there you go. Nice, we did it. It was a two-part issue. I'm gonna take a break and I'll come back in like an hour or less and then we'll continue. And I'll make a second stream and I'll call it Rigify basically. And we'll kind of like apply the skin and then try doing like a simple animation or something. We'll see. We'll be back.